Hey, what's up? This is Diesel, and in this video, I'm gonna rebook Sting from Starcade 97 to Starcade 98. And first things first, well, because Sting was kind of booked like shit after Starcade 97. Why? I say Hogan's politics, being a little cunt douchebag. You know, he didn't have to do that. He really could have been fine, Hogan, but he chose to be a douchebag. And looking back, Vince Russo was kind of right by making Hogan go away. And that's a video for another time that I might do. But yeah, let's start things off with Starcade 97. Sting goes over Hogan clean, no ifs, ands, or buts. Goes over clean as a whistle, Sting looks strong, and the fans give him a huge pop. Yay! Yeah! Next pay-per-view, sold out 1998. Team WCW versus Team NWO. In Team WCW, you have Sting, Lex Luger, Goldberg, and Ric Flair. NWO, Hogan, Hall, Nash, and Randy Savage. And in that War Games match is sold out, Team WCW wins via submission because Savage taps out the Scorpion Deathlock. At Super Brawl, we have Sting versus Hulk Hogan. And, Savage comes to, help Hogan win the title. He hits Hogan by accident, and then Sting wins. WCW Uncensored 1998. Keep it exactly the same. I love that match between him and Scott Hall. One of my favorite Sting and Scott Hall matches ever. Spring Stampede. Same match, but Sting goes over Randy Savage. Slamboree 1998. Sting versus Kevin Nash. Both men look strong. Hogan comes to interfere in the match and gets Sting DQ'd. Kevin Nash wins by disqualification. The title doesn't change hands by disqualification. Sting gets pissed off that Hogan attacks Nash. Sting takes his bat and beats the shit out of Hogan and gets him out of the ring. Next night on Nitro, Sting gets pissed off, challenges Hogan to a match, and in the match, they fight, and then Hogan goes over for the WCW title, and what's it called? The WCW title, and Hogan goes over in heel fashion, the NWO helping him. So now, and this leads to Goldberg winning his title. Now, I'm going to throw a little switch on the night Goldberg won the title. Great American Bash, 1998. First, we have Sting versus the Giant. The Giant goes over in heel fashion, and injures Sting for about 2 months. So Sting misses Bash at the Beach and Road Wild. So, the Giant goes over, Sting in heel fashion, help the NWO. And at Great American Bash 1998, we're going to change the location from wherever it was to in the Georgia Dome. So we have the Great American Bash in the Georgia Dome, and the main event is Goldberg versus Hollywood Hogan. And the match goes exactly how it went on Nitro, except this is all happening at Great American Bash 1998 in the Georgia Dome. So we get to the Nitro after Road Wild. Sting returns. Him and Lex Luger come back to fight Hogan and the Giant. They beat Hogan and the Giant clean on Nitro. Fall Brawl 98. Sting versus the Giant. Sting goes over clean and gets his revenge. Halloween Havoc. You have Sting versus Bret Hart in a one-on-one match. Winner is the #1 contender for Goldberg's WCW World Title at Starcade 98. Sting versus Bret Hart, a dream match that people have wanted to see. Now, at Halloween Havoc, this did happen in 1998, and the match was a mega disappointment. Now, here's what I think could make the match different. You have Sting, who's getting pushed right, and you have Bret Hart, who's getting used right. And I'm considering making a video on rebooking Bret Hart in WCW. You guys tell me if you guys want to see that. That's up to you. Well, we have a pushed right Sting and a push right Bret Hart. And since Starcade 97 to up until this point, neither man has lost clean. Neither man. So we have this great match. You have both men who are pushed right. Both men who are, what's that word I'm looking for? Both highly motivated. Both want to tear the house down, and both want to have a classic match. So we have all that into play. They wrestle the match like they should, you know. They have a great match, and the winner, who gets the number one contender shot to face Goldberg at Starcade 98, is Sting. And they shake hands, and you know, just like two baby faces should, because it's a baby faces babyface match. And then we get to Starcade 98. Now the build up to this feud, you know, a little nice face versus face match. They cut promos back and forth. Sting tells Goldberg, just like you, I won my first world title at Great American Bash. You know, let's see who the better man is. Nobody's beaten me yet since Starcade. Nobody's beaten Goldberg. So we head into Starcade 98, Sting versus Goldberg, one of the biggest pay-per-view matches of all time, which didn't happen, unfortunately, which should have happened at Starcade 98, but didn't because the whole, you know, bullshit from Starcade 97 and Sting not getting used right after that. Anywho, yeah, one of the biggest pay-per-view matches of all time, draws nearly as much as Starcade 97 because we have Goldberg, the top babyface, and Sting, the second top babyface, who was the top babyface in 1997-96, squaring off against each other. This is like their version of Rock versus Steve Austin. This is WCW's version of Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. And this is just a huge damn match, right? We have two big, great baby faces. And then we have the match, very intense, very, you know, tough, going back and forth. And Goldberg goes over Sting. Sting passes the torch to Hulk to Goldberg. Sting extends his hand, shakes Goldberg's hand, and says, "You're the man." And this is, what's it called? Sting's first clean loss since, yeah, this is Sting's first clean loss after coming off of Starcade 97 to Bill Goldberg. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to say Halloween Havoc. Bret Hart losing to Sting, that was Bret Hart's first clean loss since coming into WCW. So, you know, Sting passes the torch to Goldberg, shakes his hand, and then after Starcade 98, Sting goes on a break. And then next night on Nitro, he congratulates Bill Goldberg, cuts a promo, and talks about he's going to go for a bit, and comes back when he did in 1999. Now, that was my rebooking for Sting, Starcade 97 to Starcade 98. Now, tell me, you know, did you like my rebooking? How would you have changed things? Did you see any flaws to how I, you know, rebooked Sting during 1998? You know, what would you like to make different? How would you book this title reign? Should Sting have kept the WCW title till Starcade 98? You guys tell me. And tell me if you want me to do any more rebookings. And give me your feedback. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Give me your feedback.